I am going to be sharing all things the good and the beautiful. We have been using certain things from the good and the beautiful for our entire homeschool. What initially got us hooked was the language arts, and just never looked back. It's one of those pieces of our homeschool that's not broken, so we're not going to try to fix it. It's like it works for all of our kids. So I'm just going to be showing all of the different things that we're going to be using this year for our homeschool. And then I'm going to do a couple of different videos that are specific to grade level. So I have two juniors. I have twins that are going into their 11th grade year. I have a freshman, and then I also have a 6th grader. And so each of them will be using parts of the Good and the Beautiful curriculum in different ways. And so for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and show what I received in the mail that I've been dying to open and show, because I love everything that they have there. So the first unit is the reptiles, amphibians, and fish. It's K through 8 science unit study. I'm going to be doing this with my 6th grader. And it's just, I'm excited about this. I think it's going to be great. She did their mammals unit last year and she really loved it. She will also be doing ecosystems. Again, it's K through 8 study, and they have extensions for older kids, which I don't need for her because she's going into 6th. She will also be doing kingdoms and classifications. This is the newer binding style. So this is the older style where it's loose leaf, and you can either have it bound at Office Depot or Staples, or you can put it into a binder and it's cheaper. That's usually what I do. I 3-hole punch them and put them in binders, and then I usually have these sort of plastic-y manila type pocket folders that I put the little picture books in, or any of the vocab words that I've laminated. I will show that in another video, how I set that up, because I have quite a few this year that are going to need to be bound like that. But so this is the newer style, which I actually prefer, because here's the book. This is the course book. And then here's the student journal, which, you know, if you know from before, you would rip them out and give them to them as needed. But in this style, it's already all in one place, which I love, because then nothing gets lost. So this is kingdoms and classifications. Then we have, let's see what I have in here. All right. I am going to be putting together, so the Good and the Beautiful does not have high school science units. I use a different science program for my upcoming juniors, but my upcoming freshman, she really connects with the way that the Good and the Beautiful science is formatted. It speaks to her learning style, and so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna have to find a way to make it work for this first year, because it resonates with her. So what I'm doing is, and I'll show it in a different video also, but I'm doing 3 different units, and I'm combining it with some other science programs that I found that it looks pretty good, and I'll share that in a different video. But so what she's going to be doing is the space science unit with all of the extensions, as well as some other things that I'm putting in there for her. So this one is bound already and comes with the student journal, which I will also be adding reports and different books for her to read as well. Then we have weather and water, and that one also comes with a journal. And then we have wonders of energy with the student journal. You can see that. And then this also came with the weather unit. It's called the Beauty of Weather. It just looks beautiful. And this is one of the things that really drew me to the Good and the Beautiful in the first place, was just their attention to detail. The artwork, the watercolor in most of the units, whether it be language arts, science, history, even math, everything is beautiful. There is, I'll show you this page here. It's just so thoughtfully done. And it draws children to it, I believe, because we're drawn to things that are good and true and beautiful. So I'm just excited about this. So this is the Beauty of Weather. And I'm excited for her to be able to explore that. She really loves art too, so I know that's gonna speak to her. Next we have, let's see, this is, I haven't even opened these. So this is the Level 6 course book. This is for my 6th grader, and I haven't even had a chance to look through it yet, but I'm very excited. So it comes with a course book. It also comes with the answer key, and then it comes with a Level 6 reader. Now, so the Good and the Beautiful assigns certain books that or it's usually like chapter books or stories in these books here, but I also add in several books throughout the year that I want my kids to read. So I sort of modify everything, or actually just build upon what the Good and the Beautiful has already done. What they've done is beautiful for the grammar portion and sentences and composition, and even the stories that they choose are just beautiful. They're different. But there's certain books that I really want my children to be able to read. And so I have that flexibility to do that, and I do. So I add that in, and it just enhances what is already in the curriculum. Then, let's see, what else do we have here? This might be, sorry about that. I'm just trying to figure out what this one is. Oh, this is another science unit that I forgot about. Okay, yeah, I'd forgotten about these. This was another one, the Motion and Simple Machines. That is also coming with the student journal. So this is one for a 3 through 6. So that applies to my 6th grader, and then 7th through 8th, which I will use for my 9th grader, and then I will just expound upon it to, you know, have it be a high school credit. I love that we have that flexibility. And then here we have Unit 1. So this is Unit 1 for high school. It comes with 10 units total. This is for 9th grade. And so I'm gonna do a separate video on the language arts for high schoolers, but basically the way that these work is there's 10 different, let me see if I can open it. There's 10 different booklets. So you do them throughout the year. Every couple weeks, you're gonna switch to a different booklet, and I'll go into more detail in another video. But they take about, I would say, my kids generally pace about 2.5 weeks per booklet, and that takes them through the whole year. So about 2 a month. And then I pepper in different extra studies for them to do as well. I grab a couple of more Memoria Press guides, and we'll work through, you know, Beowulf or Sir Gawain and the Green Knight, or Romeo and Juliet, or Macbeth, or you know, the Odyssey or the Iliad. We'll just add in different beautiful literature pieces that have not been included in these, and I'll go over that later. So, but anyways, these are the booklets, and like I said, there's 10 of them. And they also come with these grammar cards, which they're perforated. They're pretty big too. So here's one and here's one. And this goes over mainly geography. I'm not sure if there's grammar in these because they do grammar cards all the way through elementary and middle. I think there's Latin and Greek roots in these as well. And then these are all the books that go with the different units. You have Just David, Patterns on the Wall, Up from Slavery, which was one of my favorites, and Into the Unknown. And then it also comes with a grammar and writing guide. So this has terms to know, parts of speech, literary terms, different rules. It has, I believe, some sentence dictation in here, sentence structures. It kind of goes over all of the different rules for punctuation and usage for them to use along with each guide. So there's that. And my high schoolers have been using The Good and the Beautiful for their entire high school career, and they absolutely love it. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, I think these might be more. Oh yeah, John Greenleaf Whittier. That also goes with the 9th grade unit. Okay. Next we have okay. So it looks like these go with some of our science units. So we have motion and sports. We have the story of invention. And we have Archimedes. So those went with some of our science units that I had already shown you. Now, this is one that I'm really excited about. This is called Health and the Human Mind. It's a brand new study that they just came out with, and I am so excited about it that we're actually going to be using this in our morning time with everybody. I'm including my high schoolers. Even though it says grades 3 through 8, I can do whatever I want. That's what I love about homeschooling, is you get to decide what is best for your children. And if you feel like there's something special that you really want everyone to have that information, you get to make that decision. And there's always ways to make it, you know, more comprehensive for your older kids by giving them reports to do or research papers or watching documentaries. But I don't let the grade level dictate whether or not I'm going to use something. I'm not like, oh, it only goes up to 8th grade, so they won't benefit from it. No, everybody's going to benefit from it. Everybody could learn a little bit more about the human mind. And I think it will help them. So I have 4 journals that I got. So here's 2 for the older, actually 3 for the older ones. And then I have my younger one who's going to use that. And then with that unit comes this book called The Amazing Thing Called Memory, as well as the Addiction Question and Answers book. So that will be fun to do in morning time. And then we also have Health in the Physical Body, which I will be integrating with my 9th grader and 6th grader. They will be going over these because I want them to have that information as well. Okay, what else do we have? Oh, okay. Last but not least is my juniors will be doing their level of the high school unit. So this is level 3. They are going to be juniors in high school this year. And again, as always, it comes with 10 booklets, and then it comes with multiple books that pair with each unit, or sometimes it'll be one book for 2 units. And then it also likely comes with a grammar companion. I think I saw short stories in here, which looks great. So that's going to be great. And again, I'll go over this one in a separate video because I've also added in several additional things that I'm going to have them reading this year in conjunction with these to create an honors level course for them. There's some books that I just really want them to experience, and so we're going to do that together. So generally the way that I do it is these units, the booklets, I have them do on their own. They come to me for help if they need help, but by this point in their education, they pretty much know how to do the booklets by themselves. Sometimes there's things that they might hit a snare and need a little bit of guidance, but for the most part, they generally can handle it without me, and so I just assign it. They have about 2.5 weeks to complete it, and then I use the answer key to grade, and then I'll go over any errors or things that they can improve on from there. And then the things that I do with them are generally the things that I assign through Memoria Press for us to do together. Some, heavier reads or an epic long poem that I want them to get a lot out of, we'll do that together. Or maybe it's a C.S. Lewis book that we're gonna take time to explore, or a Shakespeare play. They did Screwtape Letters last year with me, and that was really special. It was a great book. We had a companion guide that we used along with it, but we also explored some lectures online for some professors that are very well versed in C.S. Lewis's work, and that just kind of brought it alive even more. So there's so many things you can do with these different curriculums are great to have as a spine, and for consistency and for everyday individual work, they're excellent. And then, you can build upon it. And so then the final thing that I have is math. We love their math. So for they only go up to, I think, 6th or 7th grade. So this is for my 6th grader. She will be using The Good and the Beautiful. Everyone else will be using Mr. D online, which we love Mr. D. I believe his classes start for pre-algebra. So once your kids get into like 7th, 8th grade-ish, they can start going online and utilizing his. But I love The Good and the Beautiful math. It is very well done. The scope and sequence, the way that they use videos, the way that they explain. See if I can find a page here that I'll show you their artwork. Even in the math books is pretty. They've thought everything through. So I don't know, even something like that, just a scene, a snow scene with skates, like kids they're attracted to beauty. So that is it for today. So that is our Good and the Beautiful curriculum that we'll be using for individual work. So we have language arts, we have math, and we have science. And I highly recommend, if you are just wanting to try it out before you purchase, one thing that I really love about The Good and the Beautiful is you can go on their website and you can download, I think from K all the way up through 5. It might be even the latter grades, the 6th and 7th, but you can download an entire unit of language arts. They believe in their product that much that they're willing to just give it away. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to post comments. I'm always willing to respond, but I hope this has been helpful, and I hope that it helps you make decisions for your own homeschool.